Hi guys, welcome back to the course. Today I want to talk through Google Ads customer match data. So to give an intro to Google's customer match data, basically it's important to learn more about who your customers are, both from an online perspective and an online perspective, and basically how you can address their needs. So customer match helps you reach customer segments of your existing customers and basically deliver a tailored message when it's most relevant to them. And so what you do is basically you upload your first party customer data, which is then used to match against Google users. I'd say customer match data is actually super valuable because it's unique to your business and it comes directly from your customers. So you're not going to get more kind of bespoke data than that. And using Google's customer match feature helps you to reach the customers that you upload the data from, basically to re-engage with them, but also to potentially find new customers just like them across Google's platforms, so search, shopping, Gmail, YouTube, and display. So why would you invest in customer match? So rather than just relying on Google's data, which I feel we've probably been forced a little bit more down that route with kind of all the automation and things like that, we're getting a lot less control over what we're doing from a PPC point of view. But rather than just relying on the Google data that we have and insights about your customers from there, customer match lets you use your first party data to share the unique insights that you have about your customers. So beyond what Google understands, it's giving you a little bit of the power back, I guess. So this can help you to obviously deepen your existing customer relationships across all of the Google properties. And just a note as well, I think it's something that's become kind of increasingly important due to some of the privacy browser and regulation changes that we've seen over the past kind of year, few months, etc. So some of the benefits of using customer match. So as I've just mentioned on the previous slide there, obviously you can build deeper relationships with your customers. You can connect with your existing customers with another product or service that they might like. So think of it as an opportunity to either upsell. So if it's a customer that's bought something from you before, you might want to upsell another product or cross-sell a product that you feel like they might also be interested in. You can use it to find new customers similar to your existing customers or even your best customers. So you can upload different styles of lists and group your customers how you see fit. You can show existing customers obviously special offers, messaging, etc. so to re-engage with them, which links into the next section, which is obviously re-engaging with your lapsed customers, so customers who you might have had loyalty from in the past and no longer do, so you want to re-engage with those where possible. And it can also aid Google signals in smart bidding, so this really just helps to feed the machine learning from a Google point of view. So what we'll do now is I'm going to jump into the Google Ads interface just to give you an insight into how you create a customer match list. So you do create it using just a CSV file, including the customer data, and you upload it directly into Google Ads. There is a template available, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. But it is important to make sure that you successfully use your customer data file, that you ensure that you format your customer data correctly. So I'll show you how that looks just now. So if we pop over into Google Ads, so if you just navigate to your ads.google.com, you'll come to your normal interface. I'll just pop over here. So you come to your overview tab, and at the top right hand side in your tools and settings, you've got the shared library section and your audience manager. So this is where we're going to go to look at adding a customer match audience list. So if you haven't got any audiences, it'll look kind of blank like this. You might have already created some audiences already, but you click on the plus sign, and the option we're going to choose now is the customer list. So you can name your audience segment and take some time to segment your audience how you see fit. You might segment it by, people who've purchased in the last 3 months versus people who've purchased 12 months ago, for example. So, some people might be more easier to re-engage versus other. You might have customers who've bought a higher price ticket item that you feel like that category should be segmented to people who purchase your lower price point tickets, so you can segment them differently. So however you feel fit, or it might just be you might just want to upload all your customers as one list, because you might not have a huge data pool, but just make sure that you name your audience segment accurately so that you know what's included in it. I'm just going to name this test for the example, if I could spell. There we go, test. So information that you want to upload, so you've got a drop down here, so you can upload user IDs, mobile device IDs, etc. The one that I'm going to show you today is via emails, phones, and postcodes, basically mailing addresses. And I'm going to show you the template that we use for that. So all you need to do is you need to make sure that your customer data is formatted on a CSV sheet. You can do it in Excel. There is this option here. If you just click this little user template button here that Google's provided, it will download and it'll look like this. So this is the format that it comes down in, and you can just format it so that you've got all the information in that you need. It does give you information at the top here, instructions on exactly what you need to do in terms of adding your data, a little bit about the hashed formatting guidelines, etc., which we'll talk about again in a second. But the main thing you need to look at is this bottom section here. So it's already got pre-populated data for you. Obviously you will update this with whatever data is relevant for you. So you need the email address, first and last name, country code, zip or postcode. It's got email twice here, you can take that one out, and then you can add in a phone number if you have that information as well. Just bear in mind, country code, just make sure you look this up. I'll pop a link in under the video tutorial here for Google's official list of country codes. I made an error the first time I did this because I'm based in the UK. I tried to upload with UK as the country code, and it's actually GB. So just something to be mindful of. Just make sure you look up wherever it is that you're based. Just make sure you look up the correct country code. So once you've filled this information in, you'll file save as a CSV wherever you want on your computer, laptop, desktop, etc. And then you're going to come up to this option and you've got upload plain text data. So this is I'm using this version where we're just uploading kind of the raw data from your system. So this is plain data, and Google will hash it for you, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes. But you use that option, choose the file and upload it. If you've already got the in-house capabilities to hash your data already, so you might have somebody technical, data-based, in-house who can already hash your data, so that it's already kind of pre-formatted, you can use this upload hash data section. In this scenario, I'm using the plain version. Membership duration, I'll talk about, there's no expiration. I'll talk about again why before I finish off this session. And then you can add a little description here if you want to give more detail about what's included in this segment. So it might be customers who bought products over 1k, for example. There we go. You've got a little bit more details about who's included. Then you just click in the upload and create button. So once it's all uploaded, you'll see kind of a new customer audience list created. It'll be populating for a while. Google doesn't receive the actual email addresses. So Google system transforms the contact information that you have for Google accounts, like the email addresses and phone numbers that you saw in that sheet, and then basically into hashed codes. So what I just talked about there in terms of the data being hashed. I've put this note here, SHA256. So this stands for the Secure Hash Algorithm 256. It's a one-way hashing mechanism that is unencrypted by Google. So don't worry, Google won't use your data files for any purpose other than to create your customer match audiences and ensure compliance with their policies. So a couple of things to bear in mind. Customer match segments don't expire. So when you saw the upload there just a couple of seconds ago, it had a membership duration section. The membership duration is unlimited by default because it's kind of raw customer data that you've populated in there. You can control how long your customers are kept in a customer match segment, but it is best to refresh your segment kind of as regularly as possible. So ideally you want to be doing, if you've got enough data running through your system, you want to be kind of maybe updating it once a month if possible, once a quarter, depending on, what you see as most appropriate. Google Ads will actually send you an email kind of reminder if your segments haven't been refreshed in a while, so should keep you on track. And you can share your audience segments across multiple manager accounts if you have a customer match segment, a similar segment in your manager account, or a client account shares their customer match segment or similar segment with your manager account. So these similar segments they'll be automatically created if your customer match segment meets the minimum eligibility criteria from Google. And you can use a similar segment the same way that you'd use a customer match list or any other data segment, just by adding it to one of your campaigns or ad groups. When a similar segment is available, it'll show the segment size on each available network in your audience table, like you would see for any audience that you build. And just bear in mind that it does or can take up to 48 hours to be eligible to run. So that's customer match data. I hope you find it useful. I think it is very, very, like I mentioned at the start, very valuable for you. If you have got the capabilities to be uploading your customer data, I would recommend you do so and try and target those audiences across the Google properties.